I am so pleased. I've heard for many years, within the past 4 years, about Dr. Frances Cress Welsing and her book, but no one really explained to me how important this book really was. They just kind of did a few quotes or whatever. And I thought that's how I really knew her, was through those little quotes. And I would quote the quotes. But the one that sticks out to me is that she quotes quite up in a lot of her lectures, is that reading is more important than watching TV. And that's the premises of this book club. Reading. This is something was passionate to Dr. Frances Cress Welsing's heart, was about reading, because she knew there was so much information hidden in these books that we refuse to read. And even to the book that she has written, she poured her heart out into this book. And this is such an awesome book. And so many times I hear people talk about, if you ask them about the book, oh, I read it when I was in college, and I read it and I read. But then you're trying to figure, okay, well, if you read the book, why aren't you working or planning to produce justice? Because this is what her book was telling you to do. But I think a lot of people just assume reading it was just enough, as any book you would read. But this book is not like any book that you would just read. This is a book that should provoke you to action. And if you're reading the book and it's not provoking you to action, you need to go back and read the book again, and then read it again, and then read it again till it provokes you to action. Because that's the only way the injustice that's being bestowed on Black people worldwide, non-white people worldwide, that's the only way justice is going to be produced, is that we all get involved and do our part. My part is not your part is not mine. But whatever you see fit to do. And not only did she ask you to read her book and then go to action, she, in her preface, she acknowledges Neely Fuller Jr.'s book in her preface. So she's telling you how important this book is to you. And because of the work that Neely Fuller Jr. has done with the United Independent Concept Code book, we have to put both of these books in our head to find a solution of how to plan to replace racism, white supremacy. If not, we will continue to live in this prison system that we call a life. This is not a life. This is a prison. And we were not born to be a prisoner. We were born to become the universal man and the universal woman. But we can't be that or become that in a prison of injustice. We cannot. So the only way we can do it is that when we make up our minds to do our part, and we all have a part. Now, some people may want to put their head in the sand. Go ahead if that's what you feel you need to do. But then there are going to be other people to say, I no longer want to live this way. I want to do what I can to produce justice, guaranteeing that no one is being mistreated, guaranteeing that everyone who needs help gets the most constructive help. That's what we should be about, bringing unity and peace to the world. That's how it's done. When we stop mistreating people, we stop lying to people, we stop doing anything that's harmful to people. We're doing too much of that, and yet we're calling this a life existence. No, it's not. It's not the best we can do. And because it's not the best we can do, we should seek to do better. Every day we should seek to do something better to make being here a little bit easier. But until justice is produced, it will stay the same. So we have to produce that. So I honor Dr. Frances Cress Welsing today for the difference she has made in my life through her book, the difference she has made in my life for reading Neely Fuller's book as well, and then deciding how to write the ISIS paper. These books are connected. You can't read one without the other. They're connected. And when you read them both and begin to find out ways that you can produce justice, justice will sooner or later happen. Some people say it may not be in our lifetime. I don't know if it will or if it not, but I know one thing, till the rest of my life, this is what I plan to do, is to produce justice and to share with others how they can become a part of this movement and to produce justice.